İkinci defa canlı yayına bağlanıyoruz. Bakalım adı neydi? Gittim abi oraya. Bizim oğlan 16 yaşında, 17'ye girecek haftaya. Dedi randevunuz var mı? Dedim 12'de randevum var. Hafta sisteme randevun yok. Bütün hepsini yaptın mı dedi randevu zamanında. Dedik yaptık be ya. Anywho, I just went to go get a passport for my son. My son had a passport about he had a passport when he was 3 months old, so it was pretty old, expired 2013. So I had to get him a new one. It cost me 180 with the pictures in it, 130 for a military discount. So I got him a 10-year passport, the big book, 130 bucks. They didn't ask a lot. They said if I have an appointment, but I had an appointment. I thought I had an appointment at 12 o'clock. They said I didn't finish the process, but I had a confirmation number. So lady was good enough to take us as a walk-in. So we did it. We got it done. Paid 180 bucks. Hopefully it will get it 2 to 6 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks actually. That's what they said. But I don't understand. Now it's 2 to 4 weeks. Before it was 4 to 6 weeks. So it all worked out. And hopefully, if nothing goes wrong, tomorrow I'll be on a broadcast with Sal Greco, if ever happened, about NYPD. So I'm gonna talk about do's and don'ts. İyi çalış. Kolay gelsin. Allah zihin açıklığı versin. You can hit the like button before you get out. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. Ne diyorlar? Teperim geri aç. Şuradan mı dönsek acaba? Evet, şuradan dönelim. Yanlış yere mi girdim yoksa? Yok, yanlış yere girmedik. So that said, I joined the U.S. military active duty in 2003. I took the ASVAB test 1999 for Navy because I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I mean, I didn't study at all. I was young. I think I was 19 at the time, maybe 18. So I didn't pass. And then at 1999, I took the police exam too. I didn't pass that either. So then time passed. 9/11 happened. After 9/11, I said, you know what? My parents didn't want me to join the military, but I wanted to I wanted to leave New York. I wanted to join. So I joined the Army instead. I passed the exam. I joined the Army. And when I went over there to sign up the medical to do after the ASVAB, I asked them what's the fastest I can go. They told me 3 months, and they gave me job openings for everything. And I said, I want to get the hell out. Like, I want to leave New York. So the fastest one at the time was like a 3 month. Everything else was like 8 months, 9 months. I didn't want to wait that long. So I took it. I took transportation. I went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for basic training, 2003 September. And then I went to job training at Fort Leonard Wood. So I was at Fort Leonard Wood quite a bit. I never liked the place, Fort Lost in the Woods. And while I was in active duty, of course, I was, I finished like New Year's, right before New Year's, I finished the job training, basic training, AIT. I came home, I did the home station recruiting, extra week, they gave me extra week. So I did vacation for 2 weeks. Then I called my buddy who went to basic training and AIT with me at the time. He said, yo, don't bring nothing because we're gonna get deployed to Iraq. So as soon as I got there, January, April, we got deployed to Iraq. So I went to Iraq, I came back. I went to Iraq, I came back, and then my contract was almost over. If I know what I know now, I would have stayed in active duty, but you know, it is what you make it is. I wanted to be a cop so bad in New York City. I took the police exam again in 2007, April. I remember like yesterday. I came here to New York, back to New York on a 4-day pass. I took the exam. I went back to Colorado. That was my home station. I was stationed at. And then a month later, they called me in May. They said, do you want to come to July class? So it was quick. You passed, do you want to come to July class? I said, nah, I can't because I'm still in active duty till September. They said, okay, we're going to put you on hold. And when you come back, call us up. We open your case up. And then, we do the process so you can join the next class in January. Because when I joined in NYPD, they were taking classes. It was the old academy. It was in Manhattan, like Midtown Manhattan. And they were taking big classes, and they were doing academy every six months. July, January. So I was done. I packed my stuff. 2007 September. I went back. I came back here. I called the recruiting NYPD recruiting application department. They opened my case up. I went through some headache to get in there. I did 4 years of active. I went to that time. In the beginning, I should have known. It's who you know, how you blow. But like I said, I don't know. You live, you learn, and you learn by your mistakes, unless your mistake is not mistakable anymore. That you cannot turn around from your mistake anymore. A big mistake, you cannot turn back around. So finally finished everything, JST, the medical application process. I had to buy a typewriter at the time. I remember like yesterday. I had to pay, at the time it was a lot of money because the gas was a lot of money, living was a lot of money, NYPD wasn't paying that much in the beginning. It was 24 and change a year. So I bought a typewriter for, I think it was like 100 or 130. I did all of my paperwork with typewriter. I sent it at one-time use. I think it's in the attic somewhere. It's still there. Now everything's done online. So I joined the PD. I went to the academy January. I chose the 4 to 12. It was, in my class, I believe it was 1,800 who started. And the academy, old academy, was tight. I think it was like 5 floors that they do the classes. It was 8 floors, but I think it was like 5 floors that they do classes. The basement is the locker rooms. and some other training stuff. So 1800, I think it started. My class started with 1800 and graduated 1400, if I'm not mistaken, or 1200, around that. But I didn't get to graduate, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't get to graduate. While I was in the academy, give or take about a month, I was in the academy. You know, you have to wear a suit. Then a month later, they give you your railroad passes, your subway passes, and they give you your uniform and everything else. The 523 office, the recruit operation at the time, they came up and says, PPO, I catch. IAB wants to see you. I said, IAB? What the hell is IAB? They say Internal Affairs. I said, why the Internal Affairs wants to see me? They're like, I don't know, they want to see you. So they take me into a classroom. I walk in there, there was a detective and a sergeant. I don't know who they were. I don't know what rank they were until I asked. I said, okay, how you doing, sirs? How can I help you? Oh, we just want to coming from IAB, Internal Affairs. We just want to talk to you about the academy. I said, okay. And can I see some identification? So they showed me the identification. One was sergeant, the other one was a detective. Detective Alamo and Sergeant Fraser, Dan Fraser, the biggest scumbag. So I sit down, they told me to sit down, I sit down, and they said, oh, how you like the academy so far? I was academy going. I was this, I was that. I asked them, I said, no disrespect. You know, do you want the truth, nothing but the truth, or you want me to tell you what you want to hear? They said, oh, just tell us what you the truth. Don't talk to us about, you know, what we want to hear. I already realized that they're not internal affairs, but I couldn't figure out what they were there for. So then we started talking. They started asking me a whole bunch of questions. And then I realized that they here to recruit me for something. But I don't know what they were there to recruit me for, because I don't know nothing about NYPD at the time. Oh, would you like to be, if you stayed at NYPD, what do you want to do? I said, you know, I would like to be undercover. I would like to be in the narcotics. I would like to be K9. I mean, those are the basic stuff I knew. Oh, okay, so, you know, and then we talked about an hour. You know, they dropped the ball and they said, oh, do you want to be undercover? I said, yeah, that sounds good. Why not? You know? So, do you want to be undercover for terrorism? Because we see you have a couple of languages and you're military. You have a lot of training. You can use your expertise. I already knew. I mean, I didn't know, but I feel like, yeah, you know. I mean, they bullshit you, bro. It's just, how do I tell you this? It's use and abuse. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves, how they look, and how they're going to look. So I say, yeah, why not? All right, so let us know what you're thinking about. At the time when I joined in, my brother was in the academy, my little brother. He's 2 years younger than me. At the time, we really looked like twins. Like, everybody mixed us up. You know, I catch. It was, I was in company 27. He was in company 34, I believe it was. And my company instructor, German. His was Clark. German was another scumbag. this guy was full of BS. You know, usually as a company sergeant, they, they choose the military, prime military or military people to be company sergeant. This guy chose this guy who was an FBI or Homeland Security, whatever he was doing. He chose them. Later on, find out that he was related to him somehow from somewhere. So he did him a favor, and I realized that favoritism is really huge in NYPD. So my brother was a backfill company. Backfill company, they hired more people 2 weeks later when the academy originally started. It was the backfill company. So he started 2 weeks later from me, but he didn't graduate either. So he would have graduated the same time as me. I didn't graduate either. So I end up calling them up, and they end up calling me. They said, drop your stuff and just walk out. That's what I did. I dropped my stuff, I walked out the academy, like a month, maybe or two into the academy. I walked out. Then my NYPD BS career started, and I really find out the true face of the people within the department. I mean, my first experience, I should have known about its people. Well, like I said, you live and you learn. That everything, like from there, they give you promises, they make you promises, but they never keep it, because what they do is they use, abuse, and then unless you're in the buddy program, they won't take care of you. If you're not in the buddy program, you're just there to work and you put in effort to work, trust me, they won't take care of you. So I did it, and I will tell the rest later in English. So we'll see how this broadcast tomorrow, if I don't know if it's gonna happen. If it happens, then we go from there. Şimdi de bekliyorum abi. Bakalım kimse gelecek mi, girmeyecek mi diye. Bundan sonrasını da birisi girip çıkıyor.